gonna get even more scientific. We're covering Nikola Tesla.
That was probably the worst thing you could have drunk on top of to make noise.
I
Like
know.
a fluffy chair.
Nobody probably heard that, but like it was like containing my excitement.
We're gonna edit in a drum roll there.
Yeah, I'll try.
Yeah, we were talking about Nikola Tesla, which we kind of mentioned him recently in our Ancient Egypt Pyramids episode, but we really want to go into him because he is such an interesting and cool fellow.
And he doesn't get the credit he deserves.
I was just about to say that. And he's actually, like, his title is one of the greatest inventors of all time. But when you think of, like, great inventors, you think of, like, Thomas Edison, the Wright brothers, all these other big-name people where, in comparison, their inventions, I don't want to, like, discredit their inventions, but were not as large as Tesla's.
And they were shady people.
I hate Thomas Edison now after watching this. I don't know how you feel about him.
Oh, I hate him too.
Okay, 100%. I'm glad we're on the
100%.
same page with that.
Yeah.
We'll explain that in a little bit, all you Thomas Edison fans out there.
Or does he have?
Does he have fans?
I don't know. Maybe some like electricians out there idolize him, but do you know the real story?
All right. So let's talk about this guy. Obviously, you can already tell by his name, Nikola Tesla is where the Tesla cars get their name from. And we can talk a little bit later on about how that actually came to be and why that reasoning is. But let's go ahead and start off with our boy being born in Croatia during a lightning storm. Now, a lot about Nikola Tesla has to do with Nikola Tesla has to do with electricity and lightning. So the fact that he was born during a lightning storm is just so fitting.
Such a good natural foreshadowing.
It really is. And I don't know if this part is true or not. I saw this in a YouTube video and they say it could just be legend. But according to the legend, the midwife that was giving or birthing
coaching his mom.
Yes, that's what I'm looking for there. Said that Tesla would be a child of darkness, but the mom said no, he's not going to be a child of darkness, he's going to be a child of light. And he symbolically, of course, does end up being light. But I guess we don't know if that's true.
Surrounded by darkness.
Yes.
That's where it came from, probably.
But that sounds so, like, crazy, and if that actually did happen, that's awesome, but I don't know, I have a hard time believing that.
I mean, she could have had, like, a witchy midwife, and
True.
she was just kind of cuckoo, and she was like, oh, it's a child of darkness.
Can you imagine you're giving birth to your child, and, like, the doctors are just like, that's going to be a child of darkness.
Up and give me my baby. Let me cuddle it.
Alright, y'all. Well, he was born, and as a child, he kind of had a little bit of a rough childhood. He saw his brother die in a horse accident.
Yeah, and they say that kind of led him to his spiritual side in the long run.
It did. Like, I don't think he'd be who he was today if he didn't deal with that, especially because after he went through that and that trauma, he started, like, seeing these visions of these flashes of light.
Yeah.
And in these visions, he continued to see them throughout his entire life, but they basically, like, showed him how to make and invent things that he has. Like, all of his inventions, he said he could either, like, build them on a table to see if they work, or he could build them in his mind.
Ooh, I have a quote exactly from him that explains his little ability. Ooh, it says, I do not rush into actual work. When I get an idea, I start at once building it up in my imagination. I change the construction, make improvements, and operate the device in my mind. It is absolutely immaterial to me whether I've run my turbine in thought or tested in my shop.
Isn't that crazy? Like, he cannot see a difference between if he's running in his mind or if he's doing it in the shop, and that's how accurate his, like, mental...
I know. They say he was born with, like, the universal knowledge.
That's so crazy.
I know.
And
Like, and I also want to say, even Einstein admitted that Tesla was smarter than him. That's mind-blowing, because everyone, you think, like, oh, who's the smartest person that ever lived? Einstein.
And we're gonna see, like, why... I'm 100% pro-capitalist, by the way, but, like, capitalism and business 100% pushed him down, and that's the reason why we don't know him today.
Yeah.
And we're gonna talk about that a little bit later on. But,
It just goes to show that when somebody has a gift, you really need to, like, help them, like, because they might be so caught up in, like, building something, creating, like, doing the work. They don't know how to market their product. They're not both a genius and a business person
Exactly.
and a, like, advertiser. Like, they need help. But anyways.
And he was able to like actually use his gift and train his gift. When his mom realized he had this gift at a very young age, and his mom had a very good memory as well. Like
Yeah, she was an inventor too, I think.
she was, and she could like remember things. I can't remember the word of it for her. It's not a photographic memory. I can't think of the word of it right now. But she had one of these like super unique, powerful memories, and so she believes that was also passed on to her son. So even from a young age, she would train him with these exercises to teach him how to memorize things. So that, of course, helped him too.
Yeah.
Now, Tesla's dad wanted him to be a priest,
Yeah.
which is